The swamp stretched endlessly before him, a suffocating expanse of bubbling, toxic green water and twisted, rotting trees, looming like silent sentinels. The air was thick and acrid, curling around his face and burning his lungs, making every step a battle against the swamp itself. Shadows shifted in the murky water, and the distant croak of unseen creatures set his nerves on edge. Yet, amid the danger, a faint, pleading groan reached his ears, igniting a spark of hope and courage within him. Heart hammering, muscles tense, he waded deeper into the sludge, unaware that the figure struggling beneath the surface was no ordinary victim. Instinct propelled him forward, plunging his arms into the muck to save her, and in that moment, the swamp became a crucible that would forever change both their fates. The swamp stretched endlessly, a sickly green expanse of bubbling water and twisted, rotting trees, fumes clawing at his lungs. Every step was a gamble. The sludge threatened to swallow him whole. Then he heard it, a muffled groan, faint but desperate, rising from beneath the surface. Without hesitation, he plunged forward, arms plunging into the muck, gripping the struggling figure with every ounce of strength he had. The swamp seemed alive, fighting him with each movement, yet adrenaline and instinct propelled him onward. Inch by painstaking inch, he dragged her toward solid ground, muscles screaming, lungs burning, heart pounding. When she finally collapsed on firmer earth, he glimpsed subtle movements, a strange aura of power, hinting at something extraordinary. Little did he know, he had just saved a legendary warrior, whose name inspired awe and fear, and the true journey was only beginning. She collapsed onto solid ground, gasping for air, her sharp features radiating strength and authority. Every movement was deliberate, fluid, controlled, a testament to countless battles survived. He stepped back, awestruck, realizing he had rescued someone whose reputation could terrify armies. Who are you?" he stammered, voice trembling from exertion and disbelief. She offered a faint smirk, eyes piercing yet calm. "You saved me." "Human," she said, every word weighted with authority. Shock rippled through him. This was the legendary warrior, unmatched in skill, whose name inspired reverence and dread. Fear and exhilaration collided within him as he recognized the stakes. His courage had placed him in the path of someone extraordinary, yet she owed her life to him, creating tension between gratitude, awe, and the knowledge that the encounter had only just begun. His pulse surged, and every instinct screamed caution. The swamp proceeded as they moved toward the forest, each step heavy with unspoken tension. He tried to assist her, but she moved like someone who had fought countless battles, her poise and strength making his help almost unnecessary. Her sharp eyes studied him, as if weighing the worth of a single human against countless warriors she had faced. "Why did you come here?" she asked, calm yet piercing. I couldn't leave you," he admitted, swallowing fear and exhaustion. She considered him, head tilted, reading courage deeper than mere physical daring. Slowly, a flicker of respect crossed her features. Every rustle of leaves, every shadow, heightened awareness the forest teemed with unseen dangers. Yet the greatest challenge was their growing understanding. Two strangers, now bound by survival, tested each other's instincts and judgment. Each step became a silent negotiation of trust, courage, and adaptability, preparing them for the trials ahead. The forest around them was alive with hidden threats, predatory beasts, and remnants of the swamp's deadly ecosystem prowled silently. She moved like a shadow, striking with precision and efficiency, neutralizing danger effortlessly. He struggled to keep pace, tripping over roots, dodging attacks, each encounter a humbling reminder of his vulnerability. "Stay close," she commanded, her tone sharp but not unkind. He followed, observing and learning her rhythm, timing, and patience. The forest became a school of survival. Observation mattered as much as strength. Each action taught him adaptation, resilience, and strategy. Slowly, he began to mirror her focus, absorbing lessons in real time. Every movement reinforced that she was a warrior unlike any other. Their survival depended on silent synergy, trust, and the ability to anticipate each other's actions, forging a partnership neither had anticipated but both desperately needed. As they ventured deeper into hostile territory, remnants of past battles emerged, abandoned encampments, shattered weapons, and relics of loss. Her expression darkened. Grief and betrayal flickered across her face. "This place, it took everything from me," she muttered, voice low and sharp. He sensed her pain, understanding that true survival demanded inner strength and stoicism. "We'll face it together," he said, placing a reassuring hand on her arm. Surprise crossed her gaze. Then she nodded. Each step became an emotional challenge, bridging past trauma and present danger. Facing physical threats was one thing, but confronting emotional scars required courage of a different kind. Together, they learned to trust beyond survival, navigating memories and past mistakes while confronting external dangers. Their bond deepened, forged through shared peril and empathy, preparing them to face enemies, nature, and fears with unshakable resolve. Night fell, and around a small campfire, their fragile alliance took root. He observed Hertha's precision in her movements, the intensity in her gaze, and the rare moments of vulnerability. She spoke sparingly, every word deliberate and weighted. He realized that beneath the legendary warrior's exterior lay a human capable of humor, trust, and warmth. "You fight well," he said softly, more as observation than praise. She allowed a faint smirk, the first hint of warmth since the rescue. It was not romantic, yet their bond carried power, born of shared danger, mutual reliance, and respect earned through action. Both recognized that future trials would test judgment, skill, and trust. The flickering firelight highlighted courage and resilience, marking the beginning of a partnership neither expected but both now depended upon. It was a silent understanding that survival demanded cooperation above all else. Dawn brought clarity and peril. An enemy force, alerted to the warrior's presence, advanced with ruthless precision. Together, they fought side by side, each complementing the other's skills. Her strikes were flawless, surgical, and efficient, while he used observation, strategy, and adaptability to bolster her combat. The swamp and forest became a theater of life and death, every movement synchronized, every decision critical. Amid chaos, their bond solidified not through words, but action. Each covered the other's vulnerabilities, anticipating moves and countering attacks instinctively. By the battle's end, both were exhausted, yet undefeated. The rescue had been only the first act. Survival required unity between human courage and legendary skill. Blood, mud, and triumph had written lessons of synergy across their bodies, proving trust and cooperation were as lethal as any weapon. The swamp finally fell silent, sunlight breaking through the canopy to illuminate their battered forms. He looked at her not as a legend, but as someone who had survived beside him, trusted him, and revealed strength beyond reputation. She returned a rare approving glance, acknowledging his courage. Together, they stood at the swamp's edge, a partnership forged through risk, danger, and mutual reliance. He realized heroism required more than bravery, demanded adaptability, empathy, and trust. She had been legendary, yet he had become more than a rescuer. He was a companion, tested in the crucible of survival. As they stepped away from the toxic swamp, leaving danger behind, their bond remained, a testament to courage, resilience, and unspoken trust. They had survived the impossible together, proving that heroes emerge not alone, but side by side. As the sunlight broke fully through the canopy, the swamp lay silent and still, its dangers receding into memory. He and the legendary warrior stood side by side, battered but unbroken, their bond forged through risk, courage, and shared survival. She gave him a rare, approving glance, silently acknowledging the bravery, determination, and selflessness that had earned her respect. In that moment, he realized that true heroism was more than daring feats. It was adaptability, empathy, and the courage to confront the unknown. No longer were they simply human and legend. Together, they had become a team, bound by trust, resilience, and the unspoken understanding that comes from surviving the impossible. As they stepped away from the toxic swamp, the world felt lighter, and the lessons of cooperation, courage, and the power of an unexpected bond were etched forever into their hearts.